in her today.
A little bit. Okay, now she's down. She is so freaking goofy sometimes. Yep, she's running around. Can't really go far. Oh,
We are
goodness.
live.
Am I framed well enough or do I need to tilt anything?
Just down, just slightly down, just slightly down.
Okay. I was in it started the stream started in my ear, so I was talking to myself and
You're
you were talking through that other thing, and so there was like three voices in my head. And that's two more than usual. Usually it's just me and the other voice.
Twitch.tv/Tauren thing take. There we go.
Excuse me.
And kaboom! There we go. I know, right? I truly feel like today has been one of those days where I'm just like, I feel, even though it's been a short week, I feel like I've worked 5 days already. Just everything that's been happening. There's so much going on,
Yeah,
which
I
is
know the
great.
feeling.
But ugh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, and you've been working on multiple angles and things like today. For me, I felt like I had a long day, but half the jobs that I was supposed to work at today canceled or had to reschedule or had to do
Yeah.
something else. I got done with work at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock today. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
but then
so
I went and
nice.
helped a coworker. He's he's getting his windows tinted on
Uh-huh.
his house. And so we're like tinting the inside windows to kind of reduce, because he's having a lot of trouble with his air conditioner keeping the temperature in his house down.
Yeah.
So him and me and another coworker, so the three of us went to his house and did some more work with same house where we built his front porch. Felt very nice to get my hands dirty and like hammer things and use screwdrivers, and I do that for work anyway, but it's cool just to do it with wood and to make a porch. So it's this whole like I don't own a home, so I'm not a homeowner, so I don't get to do these home improvement projects, but
Yeah.
I can help a friend do home improvement.
Yeah. You're like, I'm feeling handy today.
Yes,
I'm feeling handy today.
feeling nice and productive.
Hello, the Asperus and Elovart. Elovart. Welcome, guys.
Or
We
love art.
love arts. That
I
could
don't
be it.
know if it's three words or not. Hello, welcome.
I'm sure you will tell us, and we will
Yes,
be glad to know.
yes.
Um,
I like to be corrected when it comes to pronunciations.
I do too. I do too. I am like my energy tank has been just dead today because I love art. Gotcha.
Hey,
See,
sweet.
Marconin saw it. He did. I
Aha.
failed on that one. Good job, buddy. Um, so last night I was just in like complete marathon mode, and then it was supposed to be my day off of not doing the daily esports show, and Brian got a migraine in the afternoon and I said, "Do you need help?" And he's like, "Yes." So and I had 3 interviews for Femme Ferocity roster, team roster interviews as well that night.
Oh,
So
sweet.
I did all of those, and then I forgot to eat. So I was like, it was 8 p.m. and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I'm hungry, and so I had to eat something, and then I was like, finally recording something at like 10:30 last night. I had to write all the script and I had to research all the articles and then I had to record it and then I had to cut it and edit it and post it, and I'm like, by the time it was 9:30 or it was like 11:30, and I'm like, I'm so tired. I go to sleep and I'm wide awake this morning at 5:45.
Oh
Boom.
no. Too early.
Wide
Much too
awake.
early.
And I'm like, come on, that's too early. And I can't, like, I'm so mad at my body because I want to go back to sleep so bad and it won't
Mm-hmm.
let me. So I got up because I couldn't sleep, and oh, so
Might as well get the
frustrating.
day started.
Yeah, so I've
Uh,
been working since this morning, since around I you got a shower and everything. I think I started work around 7:30, and and I just kept going all day, and it's like, oh man, I don't even know where the day went. I scooted off to the gym for like a reprieve, just to go and like walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes just to get like a brain break. But
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I was hoping to get some gym time in today after work, but when I went and did ended up going to the coworker's house and doing the window tinting instead. And so after the show, I'll be going for Arms Day. So I'll be going and doing arms after the show tonight. Because as the topic is going to be is trying new things and trying to stick to new things. And doing that is one of those things I'm trying to stick to and make habits out of. So, yeah. So I'm going to go to the gym at 9 at night. It's a 24-hour place, so hopefully there won't be a lot of people there, but, there'll be people there.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And it's going to be, we'll have a good show. This is going to be a fun topic to talk about in here too. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Chat room. Yeah. It's good to see you guys. Glad that you're here. There is a very bright sun coming into my window right now. So I have the curtain pulled so that I won't blind myself. So I look a little darker than normal just because if I open that curtain, it's just going to be like sun. It's so bright.
Big old spotlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes the sun. My dear co-host.
Draven, I don't understand you. Which is probably something that I should.
Maybe it's for the best.
Maybe it's for the best. You read my mind on that one. You remember Triple T from the very beginning. That's insane because now we just passed our 6th anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Man.
That's just crazy to me.
I was long time.
I got a message through Facebook from someone that I used to work with, and actually it was my old job back in Madison. Where I, very much like she was the one that hired me and we worked together in the startup business for, it was just this like really cool situation of getting into a startup business and reminiscing about like, I started Triple T while I was working at that job and thinking about it from that perspective, like, oh my gosh, that's just so crazy. You did all the original icons. God, I'm trying to remember those. I'm trying to remember those. It's been a ride. It's been a ride.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been good though. It's been good, and the ride continues, Marconin.
It does. All the twists and turns.
Yes.
Ups and downs, lefts and rights.
Lefts and
Pans,
rights.
Tilts, zooms.
Zip, zip, zip. Oh, the Taurens. Oh, yes. I remember those. I might still have those somewhere. I have to look. I bet you it's in my files somewhere. I remember that. Now, there was an avatar for me and there was an avatar for Rem in a Tauren. And that is so cool. Gosh, it's been a long time. Oh, wow. I forgot all about those.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what they looked like.
I probably have them somewhere and I'd have to dig. But I don't think they exist anywhere on the internet at this point. They might, but...
I'm going to try the Wayback Machine and see if I can find it.
You can find it.
Yeah. Let's see. There's some hits from 2012. A snapshot from May 10th, 2012. Tauren Think Tank coming soon.
Oh my gosh. Coming soon.
All right.
Yeah, the original album art had our 2 Taurens on the cover, I believe, is how we did it. It was green. It was a green background. I remember that. That's just crazy.
See if that'll load.
I'll have to go back and look.
That is cool.
I will have to go back and look.
I love digging back in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me find the...
Can you screenshot it?
Yeah, I can share the direct link to it as well.
Just put it in the chat room if you can.
Yeah. There we go. Yep, the green background. I had forgotten about these.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's taking forever to load. Come on, archive.org. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. That is so cool. That was our original. I remember the green background. Look at that. That's a blast from the past.
Oh yeah.
You the header and everything. That's just insane. I love it. Wow. You still do badges? Oh, that's fantastic.
It was Avera or Evera, Evera
Mm-hmm.
in the About Us. It's got you on there. That's cool.
Episode 27. Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. That's just insane.
Wow.
2012. Well, now I'm feeling very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. I love it.
That is awesome. Well, it's great to have you in the okay. Evera. Yes, thank you.
Evera, yes. I remember. Gosh, that feels like so long ago. 6 years, but it feels like forever. Like evolutionary ago. Because life is like the show is pretty much in its, still pristine format. But it's a little bit of changes. Obviously, a co-host is different, but the show itself.
That's one of the bigger changes.
Yeah. But I think it does feel longer. It's crazy. But I think you'll find that the spirit of the show is still the same. So, yeah. We'll have to remember to post that I'll do a screenshot of that and post it from the Triple T account and link your, let me catch this. Put this
That
in the
is
show
so
notes.
cool.
That is so crazy. I'm putting it in the show notes so I don't forget. Okay. All right.
Oh man.
We got to test sounders. Let's do that. Let me get the right thing first. Put the thing in the thing. Let's do this one.
Our poor loves get hungry too. It's Gul'dan at the drive-thru.
It is Gul'dan at the drive-thru.
It is Gul'dan at the drive-thru.
I've not listened to that thing in a long time. The
I have
original,
the whole
like the
thing.
full length.
I have the whole thing on the soundboard too.
Man, oh man.
That's just too funny. All right, chat room, it's your ready check time. Let us know if you're ready to do a show.
Feast are down. Get your lock cookies. We're gonna do the thing.
Ready to do the thing.
Last cup. Get your augment runes.
Get your groove on. Make sure you're repaired.
Draven, we're not gonna summon you. You should have been here already. You should know this already.
Flask kick. Oh, come on, you people. You know it's Thursday. You know it's raid night.
Yep.
Well, Triple T night.
Somebody does kings, another body does wisdom. I've got arcane brilliance going.
God.
Yeah, Mark of the Wild. We need that.
Remember the buffs and remember the paladin buffs that only lasted 5 minutes each?
Oh boy.
I was a paladin healer. It sucked playing Karazhan. And you'd have to make sure you refresh everybody's buffs every 5 minutes. That was so awful. The holiday makes it feel like Wednesday. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I haven't really kind of known. Like, I kept having to remind myself during the day, like, it's Triple T night. Like, it's show night. We got a show tonight. Fort and Paw. Yes. And then every time we had Arcane Brilliance, was it Arcane Brilliance? The the mage buff? Intellect. Arcane intellect, sorry.
Yeah, arcane intellect, yeah.
Yeah, where it was, and Terlant would say, "Thanks for making me smarter." Because he's a tank, and he always said, "I was, because he was a tank, he got hit in the head too many times and needed to be made smarter." So
he's still doing pretty good on Monday nights. He's trucking right along.
Doing the thing. Is he still on his warrior, or
do what?
Still working on his warrior?
Yeah. Oh yeah, him and Arale on her demon hunter. They're the tanks.
That's awesome.
If Trey goes down, Arale will just sit there and just tank the boss for like minutes on end. Jeez. Demon hunters are just broken as heck right now. They're just so OP, but we love it because it gets bosses dead.
Yes, get bosses dead, and that makes you get loot. So
yes, and I got to have the loot.
So
gots to.
All right, chat room, you are mostly ready. Most of you. Stern
Draven.
Look. I gave the stern look. You gave the Draven waggy finger. So life is now good. So we're gonna do a show.
We are now good to go.
Episode 2. You ready, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Episode 273 records in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 273 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, May 31st. It is the last day of May, and it is 8:17 p.m. My name is Jules, and with me as always is the man dancing in his chair along with the intro music. It's Marconin.
I like to dance to the left, dance to the right, and I like it because it's Thursday and it's Triple T night. That didn't rhyme. Hello.
It kind of did.
It kind of did.
The improv every week is always a treat because we never really know what the intro is going to be because I literally make it up as I am talking and he doesn't know. So
yes. It's always a surprise to both of us and all of you. So yeah. Welcome.
Seamless.
Welcome to another awesome episode of Triple T. It's the last day of May, which is also my sister's birthday, so happy birthday to her.
Oh, happy birthday, Marconin's sister. Yay.
Yeah, we're gonna take her out. My wife and I are taking out to dinner tomorrow night, so at our favorite restaurant. So we'll be doing that for her. So
it's a treat for you too.
Well, it's a treat for all of us. I mean, we're paying for her, so we get to eat too, but she gets to eat for free. So that's got to do that. Plus, I haven't been to that restaurant in a while, so yeah. All three of us, my wife, my sister, and I all have May birthdays, so it's all of our birthday dinner. Okay, no judgments, anybody.
So you're paying for her, but you're paying for yourselves for your own birthday. Is she gonna buy your dessert or something?
No, probably not. But that's okay. The food's so good there. I usually don't ever make it to dessert. So
I never do either. In a really good restaurant, it's just you eat so much food that they're like, "You want to see the dessert menu?" And I just go,
or even worse, they bring you the tray with the fake desserts that look just like it. They're like, "We also have these offerings." It's like, I'm so full of everything else.
It's there's no room in the compartment.
I need to give me a second. I'll just rearrange stuff in my tummy and make room for it. I'll have the tiramisu.
It's so true, though. It's so true. Yeah. I don't even know the last time I had dessert at a restaurant for that particular reason, but you always just think about it. You're like, I don't ever think about going to a restaurant to have dessert, a sit down restaurant to have dessert. It's just it's not something unless it was something that was incredibly amazing, this dessert cannot be beat, and then you may just go there. Hi, cattail.
Yep, got a cattail in the way for those of you on the video.
Pixie has made her appearance.
Yep, she is lurking. But yeah, if it's the Cheesecake Factory, I mean, it's in the name. I'm gonna have to save room for the cheesecake because it's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You just found the exception to the rule. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. There's always an exception.
That's so true. So, go ahead.
the cattail. I keep seeing it on the video, and it's just like this, just black. It just covers me up.
She's blacking out the screen with her tail for a moment, and then
Yeah.
coming around. Now she's just rubbing the microphone, and it's super cute.
She's like, you're live now. It's time to make myself known to all the people.
yeah, exactly.
She's been. Oh well, but yeah.
So, what has been going on the last 7 days since we sat down and talked?
Well, it's been a pretty good week. Monday was Memorial Day, of course. Of course, I already don't work on Monday, but I did get holiday pay, which is something great that work offers me. So I got paid to do nothing. I didn't do anything on Memorial Day. I was just pretty much stay at home. I think I went and got lunch somewhere like at the grocery store and came back home, and that was the extent of my Memorial Day. But Memorial Day is the day where you remember those that lost their lives in service. So definitely, at the very least, a slash moo and a thank you for your service for all the servicemen and women out there. All gave some, but some gave all, and that's why we remember them.
Right.
It's not just a day to sell mattresses or or anything like that. There's always mattress sales on it's Veterans Day, buy a mattress. What?
I know.
No, don't.
I know. Did you know this? I learned this actually this weekend, and I'm almost 44 now, and I just learned this weekend that the stores have these major sales for Memorial Day in particular because it's the end of their fiscal year. So I didn't even actually know that. So it made more sense. So the fiscal year ends at the end of May and then starts in June, which is why they do. And I can't explain what that means for Veterans Day and Labor Day and stuff like that.
I guess it's they're trying to cut through their old inventory that's about to go end of life and get the new stuff in, so they need to clear out the space in their warehouses. So they got to do something to clear out the old stuff.
Yeah.
It's like with televisions, the new TV models come out in April or May about this same time. So all the new models come in. So pro tip, if you want a cheap TV, try and go find a display model at your local electronics store that sells TVs. You might find a good deal because that's when they're getting rid of last year's models and they've got the new models in. So kind of similar idea with the mattresses.
I was this close to buying a TV this weekend, and I decided.
Oh,
not
really?
To. Well, a little one, just for my bedroom. Yeah. Then it was it was really inexpensive, and I'm like, oh, I want this, and then I decided not to get it because things are a little tumultuous for me. So I was like, I probably shouldn't be spending that kind of money right now.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to show me which one you're looking at and see if I can take a look at it. That's pretty cool.
It was for the company you work for, so.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then I may know a thing or two about it.
You might.
But yeah, of course, Memorial Day was the big thing. Not a whole lot went on with me. We raided on Monday night again, but we just killed more bosses that we just about have on farm. We haven't cleared Heroic and Taurus yet, but I am waiting for the next time that the Mage Tower comes up, which is that PvE challenge to get you that really cool appearance. I got down to 3% twice on the last go around because I switched a couple talents, and oh man, this thing is so freaking frustrating. They recently came out and said that the Mythic plus 15 artifact appearance, it will be available in Battle for Azeroth because they're keeping they're keeping those appearances and the PvP ones and all that.
Okay.
So the only one that's unobtainable in a couple months is the Mage Tower. And you know me, if something's getting taken away, I have to have it before they take it away. Ugh. So I spent a week on the Field Medic title. I was like, I probably won't ever use it. Maybe on a Priest or maybe on Marconin just in case. But yeah, they really know how to get me frustrated. It's like put something behind a wall that's like, oh, it's not going to be here in a couple months, so you might want to put down everything and do it. Okay. And so I'm just sitting there covered in cold sweat while I'm trying to do this PvE thing, and it's so frustrating. Ugh. Hopefully this time I'll be able to get it. I was so frustrated to hit my mic. Oh, goodness.
You were. I mean, microphone.
Sweeping hand gestures. I'm so frustrated.
Well, now you feel a little bit better because you've gotten it out of your system. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've freed the beast. I've let it go, and now I am more centered and grounded and ready for today's discussion.
And what else has gotten your goat this week?
Plenty of stuff, but it's a lot of stuff's not worth really getting into, at least this week. We might talk about some of it next week, but it's been overall a really good week. Work's been good. Relaxing when I can's been good. Just trucking right along. Getting ready for BlizzCon stuff, and already getting the money situated, saving up, doing all this stuff. That's constantly on my mind now. Now that we are concrete in going, when I'm going, need to get my flight situated, all that jazz. But just it's an exciting time. Couple months till the expansion. We played some Heroes a couple weeks ago for our little Patreon game night, and that was fun.
Yes.
Hadn't played Heroes since like last summer, so it was good to play it again. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, that's really about all that's going on with me. Okay. I hear you've had a lot going on in the last week. You've been busy.
Yes.
So how about you tell me and our listeners about it?
Okay, cool. So first thing first, I forgot to mention this last week, and I need to mention it for sure this week because it's happening on Saturday. I was invited to be a part of the Heroes Charity Brawl, which is a group of the Heroes of the Storm podcasters who raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's podcasts like Core and Lords of the Storm and Into the Nexus. And so all of those guys and gals that are coming together to do that it's gonna be awesome. So it's on Saturday afternoon. We're raising money for Make-A-Wish. We have a goal of $5,000 to raise money for Make-A-Wish. And if you go to heroescharitybrawl.net, don't go to .com, go to .net. It'll take you right to the page where we're raising money. So I'm excited about it because it's going to be a fun group of like silly games and things like that. And so I totally forgot to mention it last week with everything else I was talking about. And so I was like, I got to talk about it this week.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So Marcona just put the link to the GoFundMe for the Heroes Charity Brawl in the chat room. Again, heroescharitybrawl.net will get you there too. So, and if you can, please donate to help out the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Mama Jules actually worked for Make-A-Wish for a good number of years. She's no longer there. But great organization. Like just really, really, really cool. So yeah. So there's that. And so we talked about earlier, Memorial Day and everything. And after kind of sharing everything on the show from last week, I was exhausted. I was just like, it was just draining. It felt so good to talk about what's been going on, but there's been so much stress and nervousness and anxiety around everything that I kind of just hit this massive wall. And so on Saturday, I wound up sleeping in the afternoon. I slept for like 3 hours in the afternoon, and then I wound up going to bed at like 8 p.m. and slept for 12 hours. And I have not been sleeping well.
Whoa.
I know. So that was just like, I couldn't, like, it was like my body was just like, go to sleep. So I woke up on Sunday and I'm like, all right, now I feel better. Now I feel like I'm a little bit more grounded, and that was great. And then, which was good because then on Monday was the first episode of the new show that I'm working on with Brian Huff from Nerf This. We are now doing a daily esports headline show, so it's a little like mini cast. Runs about 2 to 3 minutes each episode for like whatever headlines are going on in the world of esports. And but it's a lot of work to do a mini cast. Let me just say, a daily one at that, because we're swapping off duties, but I've done 3 of them so far. Brian is actually doing the first one of his tonight. He was supposed to do it last night, and it didn't work out, so I had to kind of pinch hit to do it. And you're doing all this research to find the articles, and then it's writing it in news format, and it's like all that stuff. And then it's recording it, and I get tongue-tied at least 15 times during a recording, so I've got to retake, and cut, and then it's editing it, and mixing it, and then posting it. So it's been awesome. It's been like the coolest experience to learn how to do. But it's a lot of work. And so I did it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And between all of that, I've been looking for freelance work, and we've been interviewing team members for the Heroes of the Storm esports team that I'm working with, Femferocity. So I don't know where all my time goes anymore, because it's just like poof. It's just like, there's just so much. There's so much that's going on, and I'm super busy, and it's awesome, and it's so much fun. But I get to the end of the day, and I'm just like, I'm wondering why I can't sleep, because I get to like mode, and my brain is just not shutting up. And I was telling Marcona before the show started, like last night, I kind of fell into bed at 11:30. I was like, I'm so tired, I'm going to bed. And I woke up this morning at 5:45, wide awake. No reason. No reason for this at all. I should be asleep, and I'm awake. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. I can't stand this. Like, why is this happening? I want to sleep. So I'm hoping that I catch up a little bit more this weekend too. This schedule is like, it's great and it's awesome, and I'm working really hard, but woof, like I need more sleep.
Oh man.
So yeah, so that it's been really good. I'm really excited. The numbers for Esports Daily have been rising every day, which has been so cool to see.
Sweet.
And it was originally, like, we had conceived it to go only on the Amazon Echo, and we talked about it and decided, and I had gotten requests, and so we put it on its own feed, and for like, so you can download it on any of your podcatchers, anything you want. It's called Esports Daily if you want to go find it. And the icon is like a purple like diamond, it just says Esports Daily from RP Esports. And every day we're watching the numbers, and it's been like 3 episodes, and it keeps going up, and I'm like, that's so cool. That's so cool. Like, people are finding it.
That is awesome.
So yeah, so that makes me super happy. And
that is so cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of my big old update. It has been so stormy and hot in Minnesota in the last few days that I don't even know what to do anymore. It's been like, it was 100 degrees on Memorial Day. 100 degrees in Minnesota before like the month of June. What's going on?
If there was any ice left over, it's probably gone by now.
Yeah, we just went from that extreme hot, extreme cold and lots of snow, had a month of decent weather, and then it went to extreme hot, and it's now staying there. And I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
I hate complaining about the weather swings, but after a while, you're just like, I just want 75. Could I just have that for a little bit?
Yeah.
No.
That would be nice. Like give me 70 to 75 overcast, but not rainy. Just overcast with a nice cool breeze. Like, that's all I need. Just that every day.
Yep.
If you can make that happen, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be wonderful.
That'd be awesome. All right. So that's what's going on with us. We're going to get into the show. It's a topic that we drummed up for ourselves. I will say at the top of the show here, we need more topics from you guys. It's time again to say, bring us your letters, because we don't have any. So
yep.
Please.
This is how many we have. Empty hands showing.
Empty hands. We need more letters or topic discussion suggestions from you. Questions at taurenThinkTank.com. That's where you send them. You can send them to us on Twitter. Anything you want to do. You can send it to us on Discord. But send them, because we're looking for them. And so we got creative and came up with a topic for you guys tonight. And what do you say? Ready to do it?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? All right, let's do that. Woo. We're going to do this bumper.
Let's kick around some... Ideas, not gnomes.
Every week, that
Every
gnome, that
week.
poor gnome,
Poor gnome.
is always getting hurt.
So last week we had a really long discussion about change and the impact of change, and especially the impact of change that isn't what you necessarily would like. It's change that happens to you, not change that you initiated. You being the collective you, but mainly me. And so as I was going through and thinking about what we could talk about this week, the topic that I came up with, because it's very much on top of mind for me, is about the push and pull between trying new things and overcoming inertia to get to that trying new things phase. Because there was also, and I have to credit this coming from Discord from a few months ago, someone had suggested that this could be a topic about inertia, overcoming inertia, apathy, trying to get out of a rut, however we want to phrase this, because we are creatures of habit. And before we get started, I'm going to put Marcona on the spot because...
Oh, boy.
I gave you homework last week.
Oh, no.
You forgot, didn't you?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you forgot.
Oh, no. Hold on. What was it? Was it try something new?
No.
No, what was it? Goodness gracious. I can't believe I forgot.
I told you on the show that I was going to ask you about it.
I forgot.
The homework was to focus and set aside time for an issue that needed resolving, so if it was grieving something or to work out a really bad problem in your head or something. And like, for me, it was the example of my therapist actually told me to set aside, like, block out an hour of time to mourn the passing of my cat, because I had done
That's
that.
right.
And so it was that time. So, okay, I put you on the spot. But
well,
maybe...
I did. Well, without knowing it, I did.
You did do it. Okay.
I did set aside some time, something that had been on my mind, and I worked through it and figured out the why and everything, and then was able to resolve it.
That's
So,
awesome.
I did. Yeah, I did get to do that.
Did you set aside the time, like, consciously, or what, you were in the car somewhere where you could just, like, let them, just like, all right, I'm just going to get in this?
Yeah, well, the opportunity presented itself. I just had some extra time to where I could just kind of, it was already on my mind. I was able to kind of sit down and work through it, go through all of the, okay, this is happening. Why is this happening? Oh, it's happening for this reason. Well, I didn't know that. Okay, well, let me think about this. How about I do this? Okay, sounds good. Okay, good. It's like,
Right.
It got to the issue that I had. It was like a resolution of an issue, or of something. But I could, it was a long-standing issue, or something that hadn't changed for a very long time, and it was something that, I had to kind of sit and think about and kind of take myself out of it and look down and try and see the entire situation. And once I did, I was able to come back in and fix the things that, you get a better view when you take a step back, and got to do that, and then went back in and resolved the issue. So
let me ask you this. I think the answer would have been the same whether or not you had done the homework, quote unquote, or not.
I did it unknowingly.
You did it unknowingly. But do you think that your lack of processing was tied to inertia or apathy, or would you call it more avoidance? Like, I don't know if there's different. I don't know if that's a different term or not.
Well, I think apathy is not caring. Avoidance is willful. Like, it's like I am actively avoiding something, as opposed to just kind of, just shrugging it off, like it's there, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I think it was a mixture of both avoidance and apathy.
Okay.
I had to kind of force myself to address the issue and talk it out and work it through. Also because and there's a little bit of both, I would say.
Okay. That especially in the last couple of weeks, I've been very conscious of the ways that we, I don't know if the word inflict is the right word, but the ways that we fall into inertia. And inertia is that you're just not moving. You're not moving at all. And and I'm using that in the figurative sense that we'll use a very common example. You are not happy with your fitness level and weight, and you want to change that. I'm not looking at you. You brought this up earlier, so I'm,
Oh, I know, yeah.
But you're not happy with the way you look, the way you feel, the way your clothes fit, the way your body is functioning on the food you're eating. Check all the boxes, and so you have a desire to change that. You have a need and a will to change it, but the action of actually changing it doesn't happen because you're not changing it. It's just like, it's easier to stay on the path that you've plowed than it is to plow a new path.
Yep.
And
that's very true.
and I'm not calling Marconin out on this, because I've dealt, every single one of you whose ears are listening to this show right now have dealt with this kind of inertia about an issue in your life that you want to change or that you don't like, and it doesn't happen for whatever excuse, reason, thought, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be any number of things, and it's kind of the path of least resistance for a lot of issues. Like, I could, and I am going to go, since I didn't have time between work and Triple T today. I'm going to go to the gym after this, at 9 p.m. and go. It's Arms Day today, so I'm going to get my phone out with the machine listings and go do it after this. Do I really want to? Not particularly. I mean, sitting here playing video games, getting a cold drink and putting the fan on so it's nice and cool in here, that sounds a lot better. That's a lot easier. Yeah. Because all I'd have to do is go up to the fridge and get some water, and that's it. I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't have to change clothes. I don't have to do any of this. So it'd be a lot easier. But if you got to have the desire to actually, it's kind of like a river. Mm-hmm. Like, rivers do change path, but it takes a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm from Arkansas. I know about the great earthquake that reversed the flow of the Mississippi up in southern Missouri. It takes a lot to change a river's path. It can change a little bit over time, but to really change the course of a river, it takes a huge construction project. Like when they built the Panama Canal, like that was a huge undertaking. So I think in some ways, changing this inertia, getting this change in your life is like diverting a river. Yeah. You're fighting against the force of this water that's been flowing in this direction for ages. Mm-hmm. But it takes that amount of work to make the change, to divert the river on a new path and get you started in a different direction in your life. Yeah. And so I don't like it. I'm okay with working out. It's okay. I get in and get it done. I actually kind of starting to like it, but I'm still feeling that pull into the original path of like, I don't need to go. I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah. Or I'll do it tomorrow, next week.
I worked out 5 days straight last week, and I was so stupid sore after the whole thing, but I felt good about it. Yeah. And I've got to put myself back in that frame of mind to make that change, to hop that river, to change it. And that's that for a lot of people. I think it's just, it's making sure you really put in that work to change it. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, so right now I feel like I'm really kind of blazing the trail for a new, like I'm blazing that path right now for a new career trajectory and, all of that stuff. And sometimes it's very daunting. And sometimes it could feel like, you just want to curl up in a ball and not deal. Don't want to deal with it right now. Can I just not deal with this right now? And if you've ever seen the movie A League of Their Own, a lot of people have. It's, This actually popped up on Reddit the other day, a quote from that movie. And I read it, and it was like, it just struck a chord in my brain in my current situation. And it's the scene where Jimmy Dugan says, "It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great."
Yeah, that is, right up. Right.
It's like on
Hit
the
the nail
nose,
on the
right?
head. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's just that link into, yeah, the stuff is the changes and the things to make, to chase improvement is hard. It's not easy. And sometimes when I think about from that perspective, where I'm like, oh my gosh, am I pie in the sky dreamer or whatever? And then I think about that quote. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
Yeah. That is so true.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everyone would do it, but it's the difficulty that forges you into these new places that you wanted to go.
Yep.
It's if something is worth doing, it's mostly going to be tough, because you're gonna, if it's something you really, really want to attain, then it's going to be tough, because if it wasn't tough, you would already have it.
Yeah.
Like, if it was easy to be in shape, for me, I would be in shape. I also have a shape. Round is a shape. I am in shape right now. Yay, that's a fun quote. But if I wanted to be as healthy as I would like to be, the chiseled body and all that, and it was easy, I'd have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, because it's tough. My metabolism hates me, and that's the excuse I'm going with. Yeah. Not because I like tasty, tasty foods.
But in terms of the process of getting into a routine of working out, you are trying new things.
Yes.
You are pushing past the pull of inertia. You're pushing past that. And that is, it's hard, and it's stressful, and it's frustrating, and sometimes you just don't wanna, and you do it anyway. And so I just, that's the thing that I think is needed to be said right now, is talking about what stops us from trying new things. What stops us from attempting that thing that that you've always dreamed about, or trying that craft that you never actually picked up. Or it just is, it's so easy. It's so easy for me to do that to myself. It's so easy for me to say, nah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to. Not right now. Maybe later. That's the easy part. And I just know how easy it is to do that. But it's also, there's that war that goes on inside your head. Like, oh, come on, you should. Oh, come on, maybe you should. Maybe you should try. Oh, no. There's that battle that happens. Like, you keep thinking about it. You should. And I give so much credit to anybody who does it and tries it and just, puts themselves out there. Because it is hard. It is hard to try something new with the feeling or knowledge or possibility that you might fail. So I deal with this a lot right now with building femferocity.
Yeah.
Because when I look at the full path of it and the amount of effort that it's going to take for us to reach the goals that we want, it's like, it is literally needle haystack territory. Like, it's a very long shot to build this team from nothing and work them all the way up to gain a spot in the HGC Pro League. Like, that is hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're crazy. Or this is nutso. Like, what are we even thinking? Blah, 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 blah. And the other side of it is that quote. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, gotcha. And then I'm on the track again. But,
Yeah.
oh, man. Inertia is too easy to fall into, man.
Yeah. It's the path of least resistance. Yeah. I mean, it's the way it's your status quo. It's what you know works. You know, it's comfortable. You don't have to risk anything. You know, so it's business as usual. All these other phrases for just staying where you're at.
Yeah.
But if it's worth doing, it's gonna be tough, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have doubts. You're gonna have moments where you trip and fall, where you maybe in my case maybe you don't work out as much. Like, oh no, I messed up this week. Maybe I should just go back to the way it was. It was so much easier when I didn't do this. I screwed up once. Forget it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that to me, it almost seems like, that really tough move in bowling where you get a gutter ball, but then it bounces back out and hits some pins.
Yeah.
That never, hardly ever happens, because once it's in the gutter, there's no way for it to get out.
Yep.
Shouldn't be. But sometimes it'll pop back out and knock a pin over at the end.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel sometimes when I slip and I fall back into my old routine. I feel like I'm just that gutter ball again, rolling towards 0 points. But you've got to lift yourself back out of it and knock some pins down.
Yep.
And so even if you do trip up and you in your quest for whatever change you're wanting to do, if you slip up, like, oh no, then don't count it as a total defeat. Just keep trying. Knock some more pins over. You're not at the end of the bowling alley yet, or the bowling lane.
Yeah. Yeah, and so trying new things has been like my theme in the last couple of weeks. Like, for real. It's been a lot of new things I've never done before. Things are scary and unknown. And I don't think I've felt so alive in years. I'll tell you, it's scary as hell, some of these things, but I feel so alive, like buzzing with energy and excitement and just that feeling of like, what can you do to change the world today? That kind of feeling. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I feel like it's just like I had been in such a non-change mindset for a while, because it was like I went through so much change that I just literally didn't want to deal with any of it anymore. There was so much change, and a lot of it was things that I didn't initiate. It happened. It was just like it needed to happen, or it just, and so I got into this place where I went into apathy mode. It's just easier to stay in this spot, which isn't that happy, but at least it's kind of known and stable. I'm stable in my unhappiness, I guess. Like, at least I know this is kind of my set point in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of blows my mind right now, where I feel so fired up, and then I hope it lasts. I hope it stays this way.
Yeah.
Because things are gonna get hard, and they are gonna get challenging. But
yeah, well, at a certain point, when you're changing the route of a river, it'll stay in that new position.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you make enough change, it's the new path.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're going to be fighting it on some of these battles as you're changing things, as you're forging this new path in your life. But eventually, the river's going to give way, and it's going to follow the path that you've planned for it.
Yeah.
So you'll eventually get into that new path. So
and you will too with the working out, because I can attest to this. It's been almost a year now where I've been on a steady workout plan, and it is now part of me. I mean, I may not do every workout every single day that I have scheduled, but it happens. I don't just say, well, I didn't work out today, so I'm not going to work out for the rest of the month or whatever. I didn't work out today, so I'll work out tomorrow. Is the mindset. I was insanely busy today. I had so much on my plate, and I squeezed in 30 minutes at the gym just to walk on the treadmill, just to clear my head for a little bit because everything was just so chaotic. And I got home and I was just like, I made that a priority, and that's become part of me. So it can change. It can, you can make that habit become part of who you are. Maybe it is that you come home from, it's a Thursday night thing for Marconin every time. You come home, you come home from work, you have dinner, we do the show, and then you go work out, and then you're going to bed. Maybe that's the thing now.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I could have gotten up earlier this morning and done it, before work, but oh man, I like sleep.
That's asking a lot, dude.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get there one day. Once I get the routine down and the desire cemented to go and it's part of me, then I can think about getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning as opposed to 6.
You're so much of a night owl, though, not a morning person.
Yeah.
So
I know. If my wife's not in town on the weekends, it's easy. 3 a.m. I'm still up playing video games. I go back to my natural rhythm, Yeah. So I can't help that. So yeah, getting up at 6 a.m. every morning is, I mean, I'm used to it by now. So on the weekends I wake up that early, but still I'm just like, I miss the night, and the night misses me.
The darkness calls you.
Oh, the darkness calls to me.
Is there anything that you have been, I mean, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here again, but is there anything that you've been wanting to try that you haven't, that you'd like, you want to say on this show tonight that I want to try new things and I want to try this?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of stuff. One thing that had always been on my bucket list is skydiving, which is a bit like, I'm talking about jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I would want to do it only once just to say that I did it. And I would want to do the tandem where there's a dude on my back that knows how to fold a parachute so that at least I'm in fairly safe parameters. So we shall see if I could ever pull that one off.
Yep.
That's one that I've always wanted to do. I don't really know. There's a lot of things I would like to try, but there's, just never gotten a chance to really sit down and like do a bucket list or something. I'd love to travel more. I always want to go to the Pacific Northwest. I've always wanted to go to that part of the country. That's one corner of the country I've never been to. Alaska is another one. I'm going on my first cruise next summer, so that's already on the books.
Ooh.
So,
where are you going for that one?
Just the Caribbean. I can't remember which stops they are. I'm going with my wife and a bunch of her friends next July. I've already saved up almost all the money to go to that, so that's like squirreled away. The rest of the money I'm getting this year will go to BlizzCon, so I can buy pins and stuff. But, gosh, I don't know. I've got to think about that because I know there's tons of stuff.
Yeah, and
that I would
definitely
like to
think
do,
about
I just never got around to it.
One of the things that I did this past weekend, because I spent so much time in the house, like because it was so hot, and I was not really. I was tired and kind of in a funk and everything like that. And I've talked about this on the show before, is one of the things that I've never really been good at or really enjoyed was going out to a restaurant, sit-down restaurant by myself.
Yeah.
And so I did that. I did it. I went out and I got a meal by myself at a restaurant. And it still isn't great. I don't like it. It feels weird. But I went and I tried it and I did it. Will I do it again? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's this weird feeling to me of like a meal at a restaurant should be with somebody else at the table, or at least one more person, if not more than 2 people, having a conversation over a meal. So you sit there. I went to this place that had like a bar area and there were TVs up, so I could watch that, which is fine, but it feels very weird to do.
Yeah.
For me.
Did you? Where did you sit? Did you sit at a table? Or?
Yeah, they gave me a table that was in the bar area, but it was like a 4-top table, And I
Oh,
just,
okay.
I faced, you know, like at first I sat and then I realized there were TVs. So I turned and I, you know, sat and watched the TVs over there. And, you know, it was something where I was like, I could be on my phone and just like whatever. And I didn't want to do that. It was not about me being on my phone and having the experience was like go to a restaurant and eat by yourself and experience what it is to eat at a restaurant by yourself. And I was like,
Yeah. So you're more accustomed to it.
I don't like this very much.
Yeah.
I just don't. So,
Well, one thing I've done when I've been in situations like that, if they do have a bar area, is I'll go up to the bar and eat there.
yeah.
That
I might
way,
need
that
to
way,
do
that way, the bartender be like, "Hey, how's it going?" or something. You can strike up a conversation with the bartender, or you know, just chit chat a little bit. That way, you don't feel so spotlighted, like you've got the spotlight on you.
That's what it
'Cause
feels like.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It feels just like that when I do it. But if I go to the bar and eat at the bar, it's a lot more relaxing because you're like your back's toward everybody.
Yeah.
And usually there's a TV or two that you can watch. And you can look at all the liquor that they have up there. You can ask what's good. You know, you possibly strike up a conversation with somebody beside you on the bar. You know,
Right.
there's the potential for that. So for me, that's what makes me feel better if I have to eat alone is eating at the bar. And we got a couple people that are agreeing in the chat room too. So maybe it's worth a try next time.
Maybe
if you do that.
I've done
you know.
that before and it hasn't been as bad. The problem that you know, and this is such a little picky niddly thing, but I don't like bar stools are high and my feet don't touch the floor. And it's
Yep.
hard for me to sit like that for very long. It's not comfortable to me to not have my feet on the floor. So I've been like, you know, it's cool. I can do that. But, you know, seating at a booth or a table is more comfortable. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a super picky thing, but
Yeah, well, you know, it's justifiable because if I've had instances where I've had to hang my legs off, my legs go numb after a while, so it's not pleasant either. There's some restaurants, like the one I'm taking my sister to, they have long benches in the bar area, so a lot of people they will eat there, and it's like a communal table where just a bunch of people can sit there. So that's another possibility as well if they have that. No, not everybody does, but
yeah. It's just these are things that I did something new for myself. I did it.
Yeah.
And so I actually may really try your suggestion of like eat at the bar kind of thing. Because I think that might be a better experience because I still like to go out and have a nice meal someplace.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if it's just me and I'm not going out with anybody, it's just, it's weird.
Yeah, it's not. It does feel. It's almost like going to the movies by myself. I'll do it, but it's not my favorite because I'd rather share the experience with somebody. That way, you can talk about the movie afterwards. And I mean, you're not getting a spotlight on you.
Yes.
Because I mean, it's a very dark room, so it's not as. I don't feel as self-conscious as I do if I go eat alone. But yeah.
The movies for me are fine. I don't have a problem going to a movie alone. It doesn't bother me. Mainly just because you don't talk during the movie. At least, you know, you shouldn't talk during the movie.
No,
so
shouldn't, yeah.
So to me, it's, you know, it's not as awkward and weird spotlighty. I think that's a great description. To go to a movie alone, I've never had an issue with it. Right after I separated, it was like I went to a movie and I'm like, this is great. I'm cool with this. It's the restaurant thing that I have an issue with. So, and I'm working through it. I'm pushing through my inertia. So
Yeah, you're doing it.
yeah. This girl, man, I'm giving my flexing right now.
Yeah.
Doing my thing. So I think in closing for this podcast episode, I would encourage anybody who's listening to consider what is keeping you still, what is keeping you rooted in the spot that you're in or just not moving forward at all, and what it is that you would want to change. Because that is something that I feel like is really important to consider. And what could come from the change that you initiate.
You'll have a whole, for a lot of people, it's a brand new experience. It's, a whole new chapter of your life that you never thought you'd have, leading to untold number of possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, like with Jules, with your expanding out what you're going to be doing next with your jobs, I mean, like you said, you're blazing the trail. This is uncharted territory, and you are discovering the map as you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's like in StarCraft or Diablo. You're uncovering the map.
Yeah.
The fog of war is being lifted as your battles and your victories mount up. Just pile up behind you.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing. I am very opposed to change mostly in my life because I like things to stay where they are because I don't like things being different. But when done right and for the right reasons, change is awesome and it's amazing and it's beautiful. And so if there's a reason that you need to change something in your life and to blaze this trail, do something different. My goodness, person, listener, friend, brother, sister, cat, dog, do it.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be
Just
a
go do it.
massive change either.
No, not huge.
It could literally be you've been talking about rearranging your room for X number of years and never done it. Why haven't you done it? Maybe it's time to do it.
Yeah, go rent that book about feng shui from the library.
Yeah.
Or buy one. Read it up. Put the charts in. Do it. Take a picture before and after. Put it on Twitter.
Calling attention to it is the best way to initiating change around it. If you don't, because like I have this thing, and I don't know if you have this too, but there are certain parts of my house, like I think I've talked about this on the show before. Like there's that spot where I throw all of the Amazon empty boxes in, and they just they pile up over there.
Yeah.
Until I get overwhelmed by them, and then I need to break them down. But what happens is that I literally don't see them anymore. Just, like that thing that happens where you don't see it, even though it's like you physically see it, your brain doesn't register it anymore. It just becomes part of the background. And when you think about it from that perspective, like, oh my gosh, that has not nagged me. I've walked past that thing like 25 times in the last week, and it never even registered to me that I should take care of it or do something about it. It's not even on my radar. So, but acknowledging it somehow, and sometimes it literally is acknowledging like the cat jumps up on the sofa where they're piled up and he knocks something down, and I'm like, oh, the boxes. Yeah. But just calling attention to it can actually initiate the change or the thought of change. So what in your brain or in your space or in your mind or whatever it is, could you call attention to possibly initiate change?
Yeah. Even if it takes you physically, like turning off all distractions, and like in your case with the boxes, like physically look around the room and take note of what you're seeing. Don't just glaze over what you're doing. Like take inventory, to look around, find the thing that you've been ignoring for a while and take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get that initiative going. Jump out of the gutter. Do whatever it takes. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Your gutter
that's a different
mind.
phrase.
No. No, I think it's worth thinking about. So that is your daily, that is your homework, listeners. I know. He just rolled his eyes, flew back in his chair.
Another week of homework.
No. Hey.
I didn't know I had summer school.
The Triple T homework sessions. No, it's good. It's good work to think about, especially if you're driving in your car right now listening to this. And we're nearing the end of the episode. So instead of doing something else or listening to something, maybe you just put on some music and you start thinking if you got some time in your car. Because I did my best thinking when I was like commuting back and forth in my car, man.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it was just really good to just zone out and really think about stuff. So, that I think we'll close out this discussion topic at least for me, unless you have anything else you want to add to it.
I don't think so. We've done a pretty good overview. Just find something that needs, like my mom says, nothing ever changes if you don't change nothing.
Yeah.
And something's got to change in your life to make change happen, and you've got to be willing to make that change. So put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort, because if it's something you really want to do, it's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it when you do make that change. I know it's going to be worth it when I am healthier, when I work out more consistently, and it's been good. I know it'll be there, but I'm not there yet, so I just have to keep pushing through. And I am slowly believing more in myself this time around, and I hope that you will believe in yourself for whatever change you want to make in your life, because Jules believes in you, I believe in you, our cats believe in you, the whole Moo crew believes in you too. So you've got an army behind you. You know, blaze that trail.
Well said. And with that, we will leave you with the request for questions for the future shows. If you have discussion topics or questions that you have for us, need some advice, need some different perspectives, send them to questions@taurentthinktank.com. That's where you find us. And I think that's a show, Marconin.
It does appear to be one such thing. It might be the 273rd thing that looks like a show.
273 shows. My goodness. Every time I see that number, it just kind of blows my mind.
It really does.
As we're slowly working our way towards 300. So, so what else is anything coming up this week that you would like our listeners to know about? It's Pixie's coming to see, yes.
Hey, sweetie. Just another kind of regular week for me. Summer is here in earnest, so it is very freaking hot outside. June is now upon us, starting tomorrow, so the all of the birthdays and all the busyness of May that I have is now over. But yeah, just starting to focus on getting ready for BlizzCon, getting ready for all the other stuff that I'm doing. It's going to be another good week. Mage Tower gets unlocked in a few more days, and I will bash my hands and head at the keyboard for a while and see if I can get that cool little appearance. But yeah, that's about it going on with me. Not a whole lot. What about you?
Just a reminder that the Heroes Charity Brawl is happening on Saturday. If you want to come watch, that's going to be on twitch.tv/frogpants. And it's going to be fun, goofy games and Heroes of the Storm. Lots of different formations, rules, reverse drafts, stuff like that. So, and we are raising money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can go to heroescharitybrawl.net and support our fundraising efforts for that. And definitely, if you're interested in esports stuff and you want some daily headlines and you want to hear my broadcaster voice, because it's like...
You know you do.
It is a broadcaster voice. And it's awesome. It's only 2 to 3 minutes a day to get your headlines, and then you're on your way. It's called Esports Daily from RP Esports. You can find it on your old podcatchers, iTunes and Google Play and all these crazy different one. Overcast.
All this technology. all this technology.
Yes. So just search for Esports Daily from RP Esports, and you'll hear me talking on that show. Anything else that I have? I don't think so. Just kind of keep an eye on my Twitter account for any new news that's coming, because everything seems to keep happening. So I got a hummingbird coming to my feeder now. So I'm just I'm all excited, and I had to tweet about that. So it makes me very happy. So anyway,
so cute.
With that, I think we're going to bring this show to a close like we always do, which is just like this. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Convert to Raid podcast network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to converttoraid.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can find us outside of the show on our website, and that's at, you guessed it, taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too. And you know it is summertime. Summertime means it's t-shirt weather, and t-shirt weather means you need a new Tauren Think Tank t-shirt, because I know I do. Mine is all faded because I have had it for years. And where am I going to go to get it, along with a lot of cool other merchandise? Well, I'll tell you, friend. Go to taurenThinkTank.com/store. Easy enough.
Easy enough. Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. Our next Triple T Game Night will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. If you want to help out Triple T and be a part of Patron Game Night as well, you can go to patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. And if you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, you can join our Discord server. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTT-chat2.
Yep. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. You can find us at 280 characters or less on Twitter at the show at Tauren Think Tank, or also you can find Jules at Jules RPG and Marconin, that's me, at Marconin Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and being here every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find the video stream at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. We love seeing you with us, or hearing you, or watching your tweets on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, your emails, all of it.
Yes, we love you.
We love you. Marconin,
Jules.
give that kitty a scritch for me, and I will.
She just hopped down, but I will.
And we'll see you next week. So, for myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room, until next time, /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 She did not want to be held. I got her up, and then she just launched herself over
Shot
me.
herself over your shoulder.
Pixie.
Garrus is laying in his bed, and he's just grinning. He's got this little grin on his face. It's so cute. He's so cute. All right, there, even what we got. Dance to the left, dance to the right is triple T9. Sweeping hand gestures. Gotten your goat. Dog ate Marconin's homework. The heart is what makes it great. The darkness calls you. I want to do it in tandem. Where there's a dude on my back. Yeah. Moo Crew believes in you. Oh, there's
I do
good
like
ones in
that
here.
hashtag.
Yeah, that is good. I may not be able to put the hashtag in the title, but we'll see. Do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one. Pixie's getting feisty. She's clawing me.
She's like, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. All right. The Moo Crew believes in you. I heard her meow.
Here, Pixie. Let me see if I can get her. Pixie. Did you hear that?
Oh yeah. When she was on your chest earlier, she gave a little meep in there too. It was really cute.
She'll jump up and claw my sides when she's feisty and wanting to leave or do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just worked her up, I guess, too much. Pixie. There you go. Now she's just licking my hand.
Meow.
Yeah, we could do Moo Crew believes in you if the hashtag would work.
I've got it. I've got it just as the Moo Crew believes in you is the.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just do that as the title, and you guys can use that as the title or as a hashtag. Sorry, if you want to. Oh man. Sorry.
Well, use that hashtag right now.
The Moo Crew.
Right
believes
now.
in you.
Right now.
Right now. Invasion of the Blacktail. Yeah, she's gonna be like.
Yeah, it just like sweeps by.
She did it quite a few times today.
Yeah, she did. That's why the video is so fun because the cats.
Yeah, we don't get Garrus Cam much anymore because he just, if I could shoot a camera towards him if I wanted to in his little bed, I probably could do that at some point. Because he usually sleeps in his bed now when I'm on the show. So.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so darn cute right now. It's like hard to not wanna like smooch him all over. He's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would do if Reese was in here. She lays here on the desk in between my keyboard and my monitor, so I'd have to have a camera like pointed straight down.
I know. It's these cameras, man. Just like
stupid cameras.
AFTTT. It's okay. You got it done, Draven. You got it done.
Yeah, you were there. It's fine.
Yeah, that's we have our Draven bot. That's where you're the Draven bot.
Slacker mod.
You know what though? If Wicked Kitten, I'm gonna put you at mod status too, because you are now modded, so that if you're here, you can save the Draven. Save the Draven from the critical role black hole. Beep boop. It's the Draven bot. That's what you are. You're our show title bot.
Yep. Wicked Kitten, I just saw that you were gonna go see Infinity War tonight. Well, you still need to go see it if you haven't seen it yet. You need to go see it. I know you were gonna go see it, but you need to go see it.
Yeah, it is.
I know that's not news to you, but yeah, gotta make it happen.
I know. It's just the I was really glad I went and saw it because I didn't want to be spoiled by anything. I haven't gotten spoiled on Deadpool 2 yet, which is awesome. So
yeah, the internet's been surprisingly quiet about it.
Yeah. So I haven't been spoiled on anything. I really want to go see it. I just don't think I have time. I don't think I have time right now because I have the charity brawl on Saturday, and then I have to work on a commission on Sunday, I think. So
yeah, it's gosh, it's worth it to see it. This is
my latest little fidget toy, by the way.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, this one's really neat. So cool. Pastel-y colors. I like this one.
Oh yeah, that looks like a Diva fidget toy for me.
It is kind of. There's
kind of Diva colors.
Yeah.
Or Zarya maybe.
There's Zarya. Actually, Carolina said it looks like it's the ladies of Overwatch because it's got bright pink, the 2 purples, the 2 blues, and gray, and then white. Okay. So it's got all of those colors. So
Mercy,
it's really like
Sombra.
Yeah, Sombra.
A little bit of
Moira, and definitely Diva.
Farah, Ana.
This is really cool. I really like this one. This is it's like I did the white rings for the first time, and it came out really neat. So I was pleased. I like that.
And yes, 20, you do need to go see Solo. It is so fun.
Yes, I do need to do that as well. It's all these movies, man. Oh.
Yeah. It's starting mid-April, like every weekend. You need to go to the movies. Now.
I still haven't seen Black Panther. I have to watch Black Panther. I know.
You saw Infinity War without seeing Black Panther.
I did. But I know. Okay. But you know what? It didn't harm me to not have seen it. It didn't have anything that was like the thing I didn't really have was like the names of the characters from the Black Panther movie. I didn't know them as who they were, but I knew that they were. So
yeah. Well, it's out now on Blu-ray, so you can watch it or stream it.
Yeah, I'm gonna at one point. I'm just gonna like rent it on Amazon Prime or something.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok's coming out next week on Netflix. You've seen that one, right?
I've seen that one. I liked that one a lot. That was really good.
I thought about buying it, but then I saw an article earlier. It's coming like on Tuesday. What's the 5th? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, on Tuesday it'll be on Netflix.
And if you haven't seen it, it's coming to Netflix. I think it's already on it. Watch Coco, the Pixar movie Coco. It is so good.
I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
You will cry. It will make you cry. And it made me cry. I watched it twice and I was like, at the end. So, yeah, it's so good. It came out today. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
It's on Netflix right now. Watch this movie. Okay. It is the most adorable thing. And it will tug your heartstrings. And Pixar just knows how to do that. So
yeah, I'm going to say they're experts at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. how she sobbed. It's not sad. It's heartwarming. It's super heartwarming. Like it makes you like, it's so good. It's like just family and love and all that stuff. So the ending just makes you bawl. So be prepared.
Oh yeah, I'll be prepared.
Yep. All right, lovelies. I think we're gonna get out of here, and I'm starting to get a migraine. I think so. I'm gonna go and get offline and get off screens. So.
Yep, and I'm going to go to the gym.
Marconin is going to the gym. You guys have a great night. Thanks for being on the show, being with us on the show tonight, and we'll see you next Thursday. /moo.
/moo, guys. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week.
Marconin, wake up. Okay. Bye.
Sorry. Still, I gotta go work out. Okay.
Bye.